What's going on, Bruce?
Welcome to Hottest Cards of the Week, the weekly series where every Friday night we review the hottest modern Pokemon cards of the week. Yeah, that's right. This week, like last week, yes, it was a little bit harder to find the cards, but I found the cards, approximately 25-ish or so, and in fact, there's even some pumping, a little manipulation again. So we're definitely going to look at some cheaper Crown Zenith cards, getting a little manipulation. A lot of mid-modern XY Sun and Moon stuff is again at all-time highs, doing well. So we will have a generous portion to look at the beginning of the video here in just a sec. More importantly though, are the speed runs, because the overview of what's actually going on in the Pokemon market right now I think is more important. I don't want to make any false narratives here, but let's go with the very positive narrative, which is the winner of the Tohoku PC Japanese collection box, and that winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Tatmandu. Tatmandu, come on down to claim your prize. Hit me up on IG or my email to claim that. And for this giveaway tonight, very, very special one, I actually am very jealous of whoever wins this, because this print is so nice. Oh, it's one of you guys. One of my longest viewers, ladies and gentlemen, is who is responsible for tonight's giveaway, and that is MadslikesCardboard. This girl has been following me since I was literally Pokedan. I am not kidding. She's literally been a subscriber to this channel for 2 years. And I talk about side hustles, Poke hustles on the side to make money. She has an exquisite, incredible, amazing reduction print side hustle, and they are very affordable. So ladies and gentlemen, this absolutely incredible Umbreon reduction limited print can be yours, as well as the Stuffle. That Stuffle, I wouldn't blame you if you literally send it to Beckett and try to black label it. I'm not kidding. That is a perfect Gem Mint 10 Stuffle. Literally thousands of cards I need to grade before I would ever get around to grading my Stuffles. So if you would like to win the definite flawless, should be a PSA 10 Stuffle and the absolutely just beautiful Umbreon print, courtesy of MadslikesCardboard, all you have to do is be a subscriber and put in the comment section hashtag Mads. Yeah, M-A-D-S, hashtag Mads. I will link her IG in the video description. Right, let's get real quick reminder before we begin, the purple and pink Vault X binders, discount code VaultXBrew. These are limited, and so Vault-X is a very popular binder company, and when they drop their nice like $35 to $40 zipper binders in limited colors, they sell out quick. So I'm just reminding you, Vault-X Brew at Vault-X. And if you need supplies, BCW Brew. Vault-X Brew, BCW Supplies, BCW Brew. These are my first two sponsors ever, so I'd really appreciate it if we showed both Vault-X and BCW some love. Links in the bio. Discount codes in the bio. Okay, here we go. Crown Zenith, like I said, we got some manipulation. Okay, Latias right here, yellow border Crown Zenith. Let's just back this out. This actually is an all-time high for Latias, except it's based off of literally 200 copies sold. Literally 200 copies sold just starting on November 4th to the 8th. So in the last 4 days, and this is a card that averages 7 or 8 copies a day. Not 100, not 200. So that obviously is helping it. However, Latias from Crown Zenith is almost $20 today. By Monday, you know, who knows, maybe down to 15. I don't know, but moving along to Entei, one of the legendary beasts. So Entei, let's just go straight to the 1 year. It's at 40.50. So its 1 year high is right there in September. It hit $42, and it looks like it's not letting down. So Entei looks like it's actually doing very good for Crown Zenith. And Entei V right here is up almost 10% on the 1 month at $40.50. Okay, Deoxys, another yellow border Gallarian gallery right here. This is a 90-day chart. And let's just go let's go to the 1 year real quick. Show you that. That's what that 1 year chart looks like. Wow, it looks a lot like Lapras and Latias now. He's joining that party, yellow borders. With Pikachu, of course, you know, being ahead of all of them. But here we go. So here's a 30-day chart. So on October 30th, this card was $11, and that's it. And then it got pumped up to $19.83 a couple days ago, and it is sitting at $18.05 for Deoxys Crown Zenith yellow border. Moving along This one's not too big and it's already falling. I just wanted to show you that Radiant Charizard also from the regular set of Crown Zenith on November 4th was $5.60. It went up to $10. Now it is splitting the difference at $7.50, just an FYI. That just happened. Now let's look at a couple of Rayquazas. So Rayquaza VMAX from Evolving Skies, the secret rare, is at an all-time high here of $76.05. So there you go. And I'm not seeing any irregular volume bars, any recent manipulation. It's actually very consistent on the 1 year chart, and even not a lot of volume. Going up on less volume. And then Rayquaza V, also from Evolving Skies, Alt Art, is now at its all-time high at $300.04. It literally just cracked over 300 for the first time ever. Last week it was $295, now it's $305. So there you go, a couple very good Rayquazas. Now let's go to Perrin. Yes, from Twilight Gatorade. So Perrin is not at an all-time high, but she's actually going up there, showing strength. Perrin, all-time high is $106, whereas right now on the 1 month she is $102, up from a low on the 1 month of about $95. Moving along from Perrin to Sylveon VMAX Alt Art Evolving Skies. So you can see right here, let's just go, its recent low was $271, it is now sitting at $410. Our all-time high is $431, so we are $20 away from Sylveon VMAX from Evolving Skies all-time high. And on the 1 month it is simply $389 to cracking over $400, up $20. Point is, not tanking. Alright, Glaceon EX from Prismatic Problematic Evolutions, hit a low 2 weeks ago of $184, and it is now sitting at exactly $200, with an all-time high in April of $340 for Glaceon EX from Prismatic. Birthday Pikachu from Celebrations, ladies and gentlemen. Is this an all-time high? It sure looks like it. Birthday Pikachu from Celebrations is $32.47. That's only up a measly 354% on the 1 year chart. Surfing Pikachu VMAX from the very same set was $5. So I'm going to show you the 90 days so you can see it. So, $4 in August, up to, $6, and then it went down, but now it's going up again. So is that literally $7 even? Yes, literally $7 even. And that is for Surfing Pikachu VMAX, not the other one. Okay, not flying. Alright, now we're going to head towards a lot more mid-modern stuff, a lot of X and Y, Sun and Moon, stuff like that, and then we'll do the speedruns. So Eevee and Snorlax GX, Sun and Moon promo, it is now at an all-time high at $140, with a 1 year low of $34. Again, that is Eevee and Snorlax GX from Sun and Moon. Gallarian Slowpoke, this Sword and Shield promo right here, very cute little thing right there. It is, so let's just happen here. It had 200 copies sold. So 2 weeks ago, let's see, let's bring this out. Let me just show you this chart. It was $1, it was nothing, and then it went up to 9, down to 5, 6. Now it's up again with another 250 copies sold or something like that. 200. So just know it went from like 5, and it looks like it's moving up. It's a target for manipulation. There you go, Gallarian Slowpoke. A lot of people love that card. It is what it is. All right, Magikarp and Wailord. Well, guess what? It's now $800. Oh my gosh, $826 for Magikarp and Wailord from Team Up right here. Yes, it is. So with a 1 year low of $277 up to $826. There we go. Magikarp and Wailord with, I don't know if it's that much. Yeah, well, okay. It's from 700 to 826 on the 30 days, so that is a lot. Okay, ADP from Cosmic Eclipse. Here we go, all-time high, $440.40 with a 1 year low of this beautiful card right here. 160? Yeah, about 160. So 160 up to 440. And again, that is Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia from Cosmic Eclipse. Moving along, here we go. Mega Gengar EX, I think I brought this up last week, and expect with the new SIR or whatever the hell, expect Gengars to keep going up even though Halloween is over with, because of the next set coming up after Phantasmal Flames. The Gengar people are going to be going crazy. Gengar is going to be getting a lot of premium for the rest of the year. So Mega Gengar EX from Phantom Forces, the secret rare, is now at an all-time high of $448, up over 500% on the 1 year chart, with a 1 year low of $73. Mega Gengar EX moving along to a Pikachu, an XY promo. So here we go, one of those boxes that has all the Kanto starters and Pikachu. It is now at an all-time high of $275. Let's just call it, with a one-year low of about 110. That is up 150% on the one-year chart for Pikachu EX, the XY promo, XY124. Moving along. Mew. This one's kind of flat lately. I just wanted to bring it up because you see right here it's at an all-time high. This one's not a hottest card of the week. But when you look at the 1 year, it just feels like I should have been bringing up this card a little more over the last couple months. So I just wanted to show you this. That Mew, the XY promo, XY110, is doing incredible. Sometimes it just doesn't go enough. You know, before 2 weeks ago, I had way too many hot cards to talk about, so it didn't make the cut. Whereas now, there's hardly any super hot cards, so just letting it be known that this absolutely stunningly gorgeous Mew XY110 promo is doing amazing and at an all-time high. Jirachi, same thing right here. This XY promo is also at an all-time high right here. So we went from 125 up to 132, just cracked over 130. That is Jirachi XY67, and you can find that in the alternative art promos, not under the XY promos. And same with this one, Yveltal EX XY150. This promo is also at an all-time high, just cracked over $150 for the first time ever, and it's a very low volume, very probably difficult to grade card with a 1 year low of $50 and a 1 year high of, and an all-time high of $151. Couple cards left. Mewtwo GX, can't stop talking about this, it just kept going up. So it is now, Mewtwo is now $530 from Shining Legends. Mew EX, here's another one, Legendary Treasures, the most radiant of all the Radiant collections. It just added another $1 or two, it's up to $206. And let's end with my favorite card of all time, Van Gogh Pikachu, which no matter what is going on, it just keeps going up. So there it is, Van Gogh Gray Felt Hat Pikachu is $633. Okay, let's do some speed runs. Alrighty, Crown Zenith, Trainer Galleries, Alt Arts, promos, and then Pokemon Center promos, and then the Scarlet and Violet and Mega Evolution speed run. Here we go. Okay, Crown Zenith. So, Giratina, $1 over 200 with a high of 226 about 3 weeks ago. Mewtwo, down all the way to 182 from a high a few weeks ago of about 215-ish. No, 220-ish. Arceus is doing amazing, but Dialga is starting to slip a little. Or no, sorry. Dialga is doing okay. Palkia is starting to slip a little. Pardon me. The second and third row is actually doing amazing, having this many cards in the $40 to $50 range, including Entei for the first time ever, which I already talked about. Raikou, though, is at 34, okay. Mew is still $32, excellent. So is Secret Rare Pikachu. Both of those, that's very good for both of these cards. Don't get it twisted. Simisear is basically at its all-time high, almost $30. Talked about that last week. Okay, Hisuian Zoroark looks to be doing amazing. Deoxys, Deoxys looks like it's already going down from 5 minutes ago. Yeah, but there's these, and yeah, let's move on. Crown Zenith is doing great. Like, 10% off the top of these crazy all-time highs is nothing. Alright, and to be honest, same with these trainer galleries. Rayquaza is down $10 off its all-time high. Starmie is down $2 off its all-time high. Umbreon and Pikachu and Mimikyu, they're all very close to their all-time highs. Even Sylveon VMAX, same thing. Is basically Gengar that had the big up and the big down, but even then, Gengar is still holding over 30. Okay, Blaziken just slipped under $30, the VMAX version. The V is pretty much all, 25 is really good for the V. The Silver Tempest and Lost Origin Black ones, they seem to be doing very good, except Pikachu is down to 15 right here. Okay, whatever. And now we are still at $13 on page 1. So all in all, like the Charizard, the Pikachu, and Flareon still $14. Zacian still $15. Holding decent value. These are probably here to stay. Alright, moving along. Okay, Alt Arts. Umbreon about $100 off its all-time high, which was just last week or 2 weeks ago, so no big deal. Rayquaza. No, yeah, let's look at we'll look at both of these real quick. So Gengar from Fusion Strike, there it is. You see $790. So $790, just right before Halloween, it's at $750. So Gengar $40 off its all-time high. Rayquaza, this thing's getting sneaky. Let's see here, what's it at? You know? Okay, good. Alright, so we got 693. Let's look at Rayquaza's all-time high real quick. Again, that's about 810. Let's just call Rayquaza 810 for its all-time high. And again, Sylveon did just crack over $400 and is 20 bucks off its all-time high. Leafeon, Blaziken, okay, kind of right where they were. And yeah, Mew VMAX literally hasn't moved in 3 weeks. Let's go to the Vs. So, Giratina V, let's take a look. Giratina, a month ago, hit a high of 630, but its all-time high is 710. So Giratina, this car isn't talked about near as much as it used to be. So yeah, you're seeing that going on. You know, I don't know. This card might just kind of fade into the Alt Art mix and be, I don't know. You know what I mean? People used to talk about this card quite a lot, and they don't so much anymore. All right, Dragonite V is 50 bucks. Dragonite tapped 500, and then now is 450. Lugia V. Let's take a look at this. All right, here, Lugia. Whew. Okay, just sitting right there. Well, okay, so yeah, it's like 15 bucks off its all-time high from Silver Tempest. No big deal. We still have Gallarian Moltres holding over 200. T-Tar 240, solid. Rayquaza V is over 300 for the first time ever. And, yeah, so Charizard's right where it was, basically. Espeon, Aerodactyl, Sylveon, and Machamp. These are all doing very well for those 4 cards. And Leafeon. Leafeon as well. I'm going to look at Mew V from Fusion Strike real quick, because it looks like it is kind of falling. So yeah, Mew had an all-time high of 150, and it's down considerable amount, $35, Mew V, Fusion Strike. So Mew is definitely falling back down, whereas some of these others like Cupcake, Aerodactyl, and Espeon are doing very good. Go down here, it all looks... Mewtwo V from Pogo had a high of like 80-something, 90 almost, yeah, 88. And it's down to 64. So Mewtwo V from Pogo is down. Alright, moving along to the promos. So there you go. Okay, so this is a mixture of all the promos from the last 4 or 5 eras now, because I got Mega Evolution in here too. Like, for example, there's that Psyduck right there at 10 bucks. Godzilla Zard bounced it a little, is back up to $40. Pink Mew, 50. The new Pink Mew, 53. The V-Star has fallen. It's starting to fall just like the other two already did. Greninja, Kingdra is still just barely $4 ahead of Greninja from Shredded Fumble. Still over 30 on Obsidian Flame's regular ETB Charmander. Greninja Gold Star Celebration still $20. Mewtwo from 151 promo is down under 30 at 27. The birds, the stained glass birds, are under 100. Eevee is under 10, the regular prismatic. And let's see what else we can find here. Mewtwo and Mew GX, the SM promo, it's $300. Let's take a look at this. So it hit a high of 311, so it looks like it might have, yeah, it looks like, who knows, will this hold over 300? I'm not so sure, but a lot of people love that tag team promo. Oops, let's fix that real quick. Okay, I'm going to keep going down here. Lucario's 8 bucks. And, okay, I'm going to go to page 2. So, Galarian Moltres Crown Zenith, $12.50. Fruit Plate Eevee from Prismatic at $30. Pikachu and Zekrom doing amazing. Sun and Moon promo. Riolu Mega Evolution promo down to 8 bucks. Already talked about Eevee and Snorlax doing amazing. Surprise Box Pikachu at $12.30. Alakazam, 9. Mimikyu's down under 8 right there. Paldea Pikachu promo at 12. Blastoise XY just at 200 right there. Alright, let's go to the Pokemon Center promos. Okay, so it's basically Snorlax is doing amazing as ever, and Obsidian Flame's Charmander is barely holding on to 200. And these two are kinda, you know, they're 10 bucks less than the last 2 weeks. But doing great. Miraidon's doing great. Koraidon's doing great. Eevee from Prismatic is under 100. It was mainly Mimikyu that fell pretty hard that I noticed. So Magneton's at 88. We're going to look at the Mimikyu, Paldea, and Fates one. Because the Mimikyu from Paldea and Fates, is this the whole story here? hit a high of 90, and it's fallen all the way down to $66. So 80 bucks on October 15th. Mimikyu from Paldean Fates' cute little guy is down to $66. Other than that, let's see here. Anything else stick out? Buy our stuff. T-Tar is at $47. And yeah, alright, let's do Scarlet and Violet speedrun and call it a day. Alrighty, SV speedrun, here we go. SV base, well, let's see. It all looks pretty much the same. Riolu looks down a little. Riolu's bleeding at 23. Well, Greaver 25, Riolu 23, they're fine. It is what it is. I don't see anything sticking out too much. Somebody told me the Armarouge was their favorite IR in my video from last night, so there you go. Look at that Armarouge, everybody. It's the most beautiful card ever. Okay, I'm not seeing too much else going on, though. Miraidon is at about $24, right where it was last week. Drowsy at 30. Paldear, okay, so Magikarp, whoa. Let's look at the Magikarp chart. Hey, there it is. So Magikarp hit 402, and a Magikarp now 303. So there's that. And on the 1 month, Magikarp is down 22% from Paldear. Wow, okay. Mousehold's holding over 60, though. T-Tar's holding over 60. Raichu is 57. Okay, Iono's at basically her all-time low, essentially. Tinkaton's doing amazing. Tinkaton, $34. That's great for Tinkaton EX. Right here. Chiyu being over 30 is also really good for Chiyu. Marill holding fine at 26 bucks. Miss Magus is still over $20. Fuecoco just cracked over 25. Yeah, Baxcalibur is still slowly making its way back to 20. Pseudo, no, those are all been there before. Ice-Q at 1320 is pretty good for Ice-Q. Obsidian Lames, okay, so Ninetales is down to 20, Cleffa's under 20. Gloom's doing fine at 12. Yeah, it's fine. Let's see though. Houndour at $7. That's actually pretty good for Houndour, $7. Other than that, I'm not seeing too much going on here, ladies and gentlemen. And Charizard's down. Let's look at the Charizard chart. 76. Holy moly. So, almost 2 months ago, it was $126 was its all-time high. Charizard on the month is from 97 down to 76. Yes, moving along to 151. Where this Charizard's holding steady at 250. Venusaur over 80. Okay, still in second place. Very good. So 250, 82, 78, and 72. Alright. Alakazam's still holding 45 bucks. That's solid for Alakazam. Pikachu's back down to 35 bucks. Dragonair, Psyduck, right where they're always at. Poliwhirl over 20 per usual. Poliwhirl's another. This Poliwhirl IR is my second favorite IR from the set, behind the Dragonair. So both the water IRs right there, absolutely love them. Alright, moving along to the Rift. 86 for Groudon. Altaria is 46, pretty solid. Morpeko's holding over 30 at 32. Had a recent high a few weeks ago. Almost like $50. Way up there. Garchomp over 30 still. Plus Laminum, they're doing very good. 25 and 26 a pop. Even Goldango has been doing pretty good the last couple weeks at 28, almost $30. The SIR Goldango. Mantike 16, Magby 13, Swablu 11, Meteor 12, Joltik 11, Garbodor just under 10. Oh, and Loudred right there at 11. Loudred's very cool IR. Moving along, Paldea and the Fates. Paldea. Okay, so let's look at Bubble Mew. Oh my. Okay, so Bubble Mew, 700 bucks. I'm gonna go to the 1 month again. So on the, oh wow, that doesn't even show it. 640 on the 1 month, 25, yeah, 63. So we had a high of 700. So we're about $140 off Bubble Mew's all-time high. Charizard was still holding 300 for a while, and it's down to 275. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, it was. Yeah. What is it? 3 month. This 3 month is broken. Don't look at that 3 month chart. That is not correct. 308 to, yeah, because then you go to, there it is. Okay, yep, it should be going down, not going up. I don't know why that 3 month chart is busted. But there he goes, 313 to 275 for Paldea and Fate's Zardy boy. Gardevoir is down to 130 from a high of like 150. So that's, you know, Gardevoir's bleeding just a little. But Snorlax Baby Shiny, Pikachu Baby Shiny, I dare to say even Charmander Baby Shiny all doing pretty solid. Even Ditto's right around 20 bucks. Moving along to the Forces of Temporal, where Ghastly is sitting kind of where it was last week, 63 bucks from that recent high of like $90 a few weeks ago here. Raging Bolt leading the way at 67. We still got Full Art Gengar at $36. Had a high recently of, let's see, hit a high of 45 for the Full Art Gengar. On the 1 month, Full Art Gengar is from 43 all the way down to 36. So still holding 36. That's very expensive for a SV Full Art, that's for sure. Sawsbuck 28 solid. Deerling 22. Metagross does finally look like it's holding on to 20. I've always thought the Metagross should be a $20 plus illustration rare. It's absolutely beautiful. Litten in my video last night was one of my top 20 favorite IRs from the whole era right here. Yes, yes, looking good. Lickitung at 12 bucks. You can still get double digits. You can still get $10 for your Neo Upper Energy A-Spec Twilight Gatorade time. Okay, Greninja at 370. We'll look at Greninja. Look at Greninja. So Greninja right here on the 1 month. Greninja 360, and it's pretty much right where it is. So Greninja's sideways. Greninja has a very high though. Some of these charts are wacky. Okay, so 410 is Greninja's all-time high. Greninja's recent low was 266, and Greninja again is at $370. Eevee is at 67. We already talked about Perrin doing very good. Chansey's down to 33 from a recent high of almost like $45. Chansey got a big pump a couple weeks ago. Tatsuguri is still over 20. Hisuian Growlithe at 16, so it's actually down a little from last week. Other than that, everything else stagnant. Okay, so Shredded Fumble, a Wooden Bowl, $43. Persian is still over 40, holding, and if anything, going up. Where it looks like Houndoom is starting to fluctuate back down. So the kitty's going back up, the dog's going back down. The whole Duskull, Dusknoir, Duskops line is doing pretty solid. Monkey Dory's right where it was last week. Pheasantippides are still the most playable card of all time. Beware is still $15. Moving along, and Horsey's still right at 20. Alright, so Squirtle, Bulbasaur, they're bleeding a little. So 75 bucks. Squirtle hit a high of 87, and its all-time high is that 87. So Squirtle's 10 bucks, 12 bucks off its all-time high. Bulbasaur 50 bucks is looking good. Bulbasaur hit a high of 65, and I believe, whoa, nope, 67 was Bulbasaur's all-time high back in February. Yep, and so 12 bucks, 13 bucks, they're both 12 or 13 bucks off their highs. Everything else looks pretty stagnant. Yeah. Yep, nothing else too much. Okay, moving along, Starting Sparks. Let's look at Backshot Pikachu real quick. So Backshot Pikachu, we're gonna go straight to the 1 year. Shee, 400 and 500 freaking dollars. Recent low at 250, 350, and now at 330. I would love to see if I can kind of get this card around $300. That would make me, I'd be okay with paying 300. Yeah, because who knows, you know what I mean? So 300 if I can wait and time it. I should have bought it at 250, obviously. Okay, so Latias, Melodic, they're kind of recovering, but right where they were last week. Hydreigon is back over, well, did Hydreigon go under 40? I think Hydreigon, let's look at Hydreigon real quick. No, Hydreigon is about to crack under 40, so if you need Hydreigon, maybe look for that under 40. There you go. Alolan Executor is about to crack under 30, but Latios, the IR, looks like it might go back over 30. This used to be much more expensive. It used to be, well, 40 bucks. So 40 at release, down to 25, hit 33, and now it looks like it's floating right at 30. Cerulege was the second most. Cerulege has been right at 18 for a month straight. Everything else, yeah, a lot of good IRs, but everything's kind of hurting still. Okay, so Prismatic. Sylveon definitely, well, no, Sylveon's down too. Let's see, Roaring Moon. Yeah, these are giving you an opportunity. A lot of these are right where they were last week. Yeah, the Glaceon, like I said, is going up. Espeon's down a little. Vaporeon's literally right where it was. A lot of these are right where they were last week. The Sylveon looks like it's tanking, though, because Sylveon's been all over the place. Let's see here. So Sylveon kind of, I would say 560 is Sylveon's all-time high with its low of 300. Then it hit 400, now it's at 350. So this is going to be an interesting one to try to figure out when to buy. And I'm just going to move on to Journey Together. Okay, so Lily's Clefairy holding at 150 is really good. Its high is like 170, but 150 is still really good because it's a very small set, not a lot of SIRs. Salamance's high is like 8, well, recent high for Salamance was $80. At release, it was a $100 SIR. The rest of these, let's see, Articuno's holding strong at 17. Wailord's under 15. Nothing else, really. Moving along to the Destin one. Destin Rivals, we got Team Rocket's Mewtwo. Let's definitely look at this one. I'm gonna look at the 6-month chart. Came out 300, whatever, 350, all the way up to 580, and now here we are at 520 with a long way to fall, but will it fall? I don't know. Team Rocket's Moltres right where it was last week at $140. Cynthia's Garchomp, this has been an interesting one because a lot of wiggling, a lot of just hard to, what is this? I can't even read this chart. But yeah, okay, so 200 to 320, and now we're at 260. There you go. That's a weird looking chart. Very cool card. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so Team Rocket's Nidoking up at 123. We're going to look at that real quick as well. Team Rocket's Nidoking hit a high at 140. So on the 1 month, Team Rocket's Nidoking is from 140 back down to 123. I'll take that. This is one of the few remaining cards I need for this master set. Actually, it's these two cards right here. Team Rocket's Nidoking, Team Rocket's Crobat. These are that and Laventia Hyper Rare, which that's, you know, 15 bucks. These are the last 3 cards I need, and I'll finally be done with this set. Yeah. But, what was it? Oh, I was going to say Misty's Psyduck went up to 65. It was 55, 65. Now it's looks like it might be working its way back up into the 60s. Misty's Psyduck right there. All the golds are doing great, to be honest, still. They're all still doing really good. Even Jamming Tower's $20. Alright, moving on to Black Bolt, White Flare. I think I was supposed to bring up this in the beginning of the video. Yeah, I totally forgot. Well, did I? Zekrom, Black White Rarity, 422 up to 477 on the 1 month. I should have had this Zekrom in the beginning of the video. Like in the beginning portion, the Zekrom is actually, this chart is busted. This Zekrom is actually doing really well. Its high is 483, it's at 477. Either way, Black White Rarity, Zekrom, doing good in general, uptrending. Zekrom, the SIR hit a high at 260, so it's down 20 bucks. Seismitoad, kind of right where it was at. A lot of this down here. Let's see, Lilligant still 28, Mungus basically 30. Yeah, I watch everything from Black Bolt and White Flare like a hawk just because I'm trying to really get a lot of this done. And yeah, so a lot of this is actually pretty stable. But I'm not seeing any IRs shooting up egregiously. Even Dynamo's still 18 bucks. Snivy's at 20. That's interesting. Dwebble's down a couple bucks from last week. All right, I'm going to go to White Flare. People literally tell me in the comment section to stop liking this set so much. Literally. I'm literally getting people telling me to just stop liking something that I like as much as I like it. Which is funny. Okay, so let's see here. The Victini down to 430. Let's look at the Victini red card. I want to look at this. So it's just straight down 4 and then 430. Okay. So it bounced off of 400, and it's actually kind of trending up a little. It's not tanking. Interesting. Okay. Reshiram is staying under 200. That's good for us. Zoroark right at 60 bucks. Oshawott right at 50 bucks. I said it. I said Oshawott would eventually pass up Samurott. And look at that. There it is right there. Chandelure's at 44. Very good. The Emboar plus Seismitoad is literally, I think, the last 2 IRs I need for the entire Scarlet and Violet era. All 400. Whoa, Vanillix is $26 still? I just bought another Vanillix like a few hours ago for $18. I just assumed it crashed. I don't know why they sold me a Vanillix for 18 bucks. Interesting. Okay, Vanillix is doing good still. 26. That's, I could grab it right. It's right here. Yeah, I paid $16. Look at this. I'm not kidding. I just paid 16. Can you guys see that? I just paid $16 for a Vanillix. Why did they sell me this $10 off? Very interesting. I had a feeling. Okay. Other than that, Virizion up to 24. Ducklet at 20. Sawsbuck, yeah. All right, Mega Evolution. Very interesting. Why did they price that at $16? Whatever. Okay, Mega Evolution. 500, 400. The Gardevoir has fallen the most. Lucario, they both basically hit 600. So they down. Yeah, two Mega Gardevoir down to 220. That's a lot. The set is not doing very well. Okay, 3, 2, bang, 200. And all those IRs that got pumped are worth nothing now. Like Mars Shadow's down under 20 bucks, I think. Venusaur's at 170. Megaladio's all the way down to 136. Lily's Determination came out at like 170. You know, even Mega Absol cracked over 100 2 weeks ago for a split second. Now it's under 90. Mega Kangaskhan, I think very playable. It's maintained at $80 price tag since release. There's Mars Shadow right there at 20 bucks. Yeah, the Steelix is down to only 10. Some of these other IRs that got pumped aren't even on page 1 anymore. Said it once, I'll say it again. Mega Lucario Full Art is badass as hell. And Vulpix is down to 15. Oh, there's Vulpix right there. But last week, Vulpix was still 20 bucks. All right, we are done. Hey, if you made it to the end of the video, 1, thank you very much. 2, I'd absolutely appreciate it if you left a like, gave me all your hype, and let me know in the comment section below. What is your favorite Scarlet and Violet era set? Just period. What's your favorite overall Scarlet and Violet era set? I'm curious, because that's one of the beauties, in my opinion, of the Scarlet and Violet era, is that there are so many different opinions on which set is the best. And that's why I think it's one of the best eras ever, because there's literally people who love like every single set in the era. And yeah, so I'm always curious to know. And yeah, is there any other White Flare simps out there? Like, yeah, boy. All right, have a great weekend. I will see you guys Tuesday or Wednesday night. And yeah.
Deuces.